This is Moonshine and Music with Joe Shelton. Wait a minute, that's me. Anyway, we're going to bring you some inspiring songwriters, musicians, and maybe some side challenges and other stuff around the music industry. So stick with us right now, because the show is coming your way. Woo! Moonshine and Music starts right now. Welcome to Moonshine and Music. We're here today with Charlie Krone.
Hi, I'm Charlie Krone.
That's a strong introduction.
Yeah, well.
Is that how you usually do it? Just like, I am Charlie Krone.
It carries that kind of gravitas that, yeah.
It does.
People know what I bring to the table.
I feel you, man. I understand, man. That's the way I feel about you, too. So I see you've brought your Foo Fighters t-shirt into the set today.
Yeah. I didn't know we were going to have people who were, like in full-on garb earlier, with the good stuff. I mean, I know that's going to be a previous episode or later.
Yeah. Celtic Rain.
Celtic Rain, yeah. And they were fantastic. Holy crap. But, I'm feeling
no pressure.
No, none at all.
Yeah. Are you, obviously you're a Foo Fighters fan.
I am.
Does that influence your music as you... having heard you play, I didn't catch the Foo Fighters reference.
No, but oddly enough, there's one song I wrote where I very intentionally wrote the verse guitar part in a way that I thought Dave Grohl would write a guitar part.
Yeah?
So I was...
physically, like the way the music went, or like, you were sitting like on a mountaintop or something?
Do? Yeah. It was, physically the way the bass line of the song, the way it was or the bass structure of the chord progression, the way it would drop down, seemed very Grohl-ish in its, even though I wrote it on electric guitar originally, but I've transposed it over, not transposed, but moved it over to...
Transmorgified
it over to acoustic.
Big words.
Yes, today. Exactly. That might or might not be words.
I don't even know where that came from.
I don't know. Is it a good one? Is that a word?
I think it is.
Okay.
I don't know. There's probably a dictionary behind us somewhere. We could look it up. Casey Stengel, right?
I'm sure Casey knows. Okay. I'm going to keep Casey down here as a reference.
Yeah, you can just, during this, pick it out. I get it.
What would Casey do?
So are you from Indianapolis originally?
I am not. I grew up in Pennsylvania.
A tiny village in western Pennsylvania?
Tiny village in central Pennsylvania, right across the street from 3 Mile Island, actually.
Wow,
yeah,
really?
Yeah, so I was there when the accident happened in 1979.
Yeah?
That was fun.
So are you do I need to have like a suit on, or like one of those radiation?
I might have superpowers I haven't revealed yet. We'll
really?
See. Yeah.
Wow. That's interesting. I mean, when it was going on, how close were you? to the thing?
2.5 miles.
2.5 miles from
yes.
3 Mile
so
Island.
It happened.
So
the accident happened.
6 miles of...
the island, it's actually about 2.5 miles long. It's in the middle of the Susquehanna River, and I was 2.5 miles. My bedroom I was asleep in bed 2.5 miles away when the accident actually happened, when the radiation was released.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. No ill effects for me, and my family can't say all the same, and they can't directly say that it was a result of the island, of the accident, but who knows?
Who knows? Wow. So growing up there, was that influential in the way that you write songs, or did it make you want to write songs, or what about it? What about made you get there to the musician person that you are today?
My father was a music teacher, so he was a supervisor of music in our school district for 35 years, I think. So when I was going through the school system, I was the poster child for band, orchestra, marching band, everything. So I've been playing music since I was 7 years old, but. So I ended up getting a degree in classical trombone and from IU, and that's how I ended up in Indiana. I had a teacher who suggested that a guy at IU would be the style that I played, he would be good to help build upon. So he specifically suggested that teacher, hence my move to Indiana. I joined up with a band called Johnny Sacco in the early 90s, and once I decided that I didn't want my wife to be a road widow, I left Sacco and joined the Air Force, and I was playing trombone in the Air Force. So at this point, I'm just playing other people's music. My entire life has been built around playing other people's music. While I was in the Air Force, I had jaw surgery, and my face went numb from here to here.
Oh.
And I couldn't play trombone anymore.
That's
the
very
one
bad
thing
for
that
the
20 some years of trombone playing at that point, and suddenly I couldn't play. 30 years I'd been playing at that point. So I taught myself guitar. I could already read music, so I had that going for me. And I kind of found out during Sacco era that I could sing a little bit. But then I found out I could kind of write songs or tell a story or whatever along the way.
So is your jaw still numb like that?
No, it actually, happy ending to that is that the nerve grew back, and it's not the same face I used to have by any stretch. It feels totally different than it did, when I was younger, but I could play again, and I do play. I play with my band Coolidge quite a bit.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, happy ending.
Well, but it's interesting. Because trombone is so different from guitar. There's nothing about it that's similar.
No, not at all.
You played notes. That's about it.
And learning to play guitar improved my trombone playing. It was the damnedest thing.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. I believe that wholeheartedly. I became a better trombone player as a result of learning guitar.
Because of the different style and the way that you get to play it, or
there's probably some psychological reason, like the way that your brain's wired and activating different synapses and neurons firing or whatever the hell neurons do. But when I came back to the horn, it was like having, from a more structural standpoint, I suppose, the fact that I'm dealing with chords versus a single note.
Right.
Suddenly that single note, I have a more conceptual understanding of where that single note fits in with these chords, which I suppose is something you would learn at music school, but when you actually do it in practice, it's different. Mm-hmm. So that's my working theory here off the top of my head.
Well, I suppose that's sort of like the same as when you're composing like a full band piece, mm-hmm. In any band, even if it's just a 4-piece or a trio or something. You start to think about the music a little differently as you got to figure out, how's the bass part going to fit in here? What are the drums going to do? Those kind of things, right?
Absolutely.
So,
like some people go into that kind of songwriting. I think of my buddy Chris Smale. He's the guitar player with Coolidge. When he writes a song, he very much gets into the mindset of, here's the guitar part, here's the melody. But I hear this trombone part, I hear that going, or the horns section, I hear that bass line over there. He thinks of it as a package. And I don't do that yet. I'm more one to, okay, I have this chordal instrument in my hands. I'm going to write the song for this instrument. And then some of those things, you can kind of drop in place with a band and work around it, or people will riff off what you're doing. But we definitely have different styles of songwriting, Chris and I.
So, how long have you been writing songs? Like, to this point? What?
15 years, maybe?
Yeah?
Yeah, so it's about one a year.
About one a year. You've got 15.
I'm guessing. I'm
Do you have records out there for people to find?
I don't yet. That's a goal of mine this year, is to actually put together a collection of songs that some people used to call a record. Yeah.
Yeah. That's just something you can throw on the streaming services
exactly.
for the children to hear.
But I want them to be a collection of songs, not just, drop a single. Do kids drop a single?
They do.
Is that what they do?
That's what they do.
Drop a mixtape?
I don't know that they drop a mixtape, but they definitely drop a single and a record.
I heard they drop the bass too. That's a thing. Drop the bass.
They drop the mics.
They drop them
when they feel like they've done really well.
I was a sound engineer in the Air Force, and I really hate that saying.
When they drop the mic?
Yes, they drop the mic. Not fun.
Not good. Not good for the mics.
No.
Please don't drop any of my mics.
If they knew how much the mics cost, they would not drop them. They would not. The mics would stay stationary or in their hand.
It's akin to, let's just drop, a couple $100 down a hole while we're at it.
Great email, drop the laptop. Isn't that how it works?
That'd be a good one. Mm-hmm. So,
Casey Stengel never dropped the mic.
Casey dropped other things.
Yes.
Yeah, probably a lot of F-bombs is what he dropped. So we have this little segment that we do. We have the Moonshine Guru comes on. You may have seen that happen in another episode, and I guess the long and the short of it is that we have the world's greatest pseudopsychologist, Brent Lee Smith, who will join us here on the set. And what Brent does is, he answers advice from our listeners and watchers.
Hi, Brent.
And he also seeks the advice, assistance with that from our guests.
Oh.
So you get to chime in as well. So here's today's note. It comes from Avon, Indiana. This one's close by.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brent, your advice sucks. I hope you get the raging case of herpes and suffer. Do you think you could just love me or leave me? I think this might be one of your girlfriends. It says Cindy from Avon.
Isn't it usually Love the McGann name, though?
Cindy. I already did leave her. I don't understand the problem.
She's already in the past.
Yeah. And yeah,
I guess Brent needs the advice today. Do you have any for him, Charlie?
Well, it sounds like the solution was in the question. You know, if she is no longer a part of your life, then, you know.
Yeah, she's so not a part of my life that I don't remember her.
Nice.
It's almost like someone made her up.
Do you go by Brent or Brent Lee?
Lee's my middle name.
Okay.
So I just use my full name on stage.
Can I use Brent Lee?
You can if you wish.
Okay.
So, you know, this is your opportunity to also, if you need any advice, to ask the Moonshine Guru, like right in person. You don't even have to write a letter.
Oh, wow, man. The Moonshine Guru, right in person. Don't even have to write a letter. Jeez. How are you with children?
I'm good with children.
Yeah? How about teenage children?
Not as much good with teenage children.
Yeah, me either, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Just smile and nod and walk away.
Right, and, you know, why is it exactly? And, okay, here's my general question. So, my son was late for work yesterday.
Okay.
And we passed, and we had just gone to see Avengers, my wife, my daughter, and I.
Good fun.
And we were coming home, like, yeah, I'm totally not going to give it away, I promise. Kirk dies, though.
So does Bob.
What?
So does Bob.
Spock.
No, Bob dies.
Bob? Oh, why did I hear Spock? So we're driving home from the movie, and we passed my son on the way to work. He has got to be at work at 2 o'clock. It's 2:02. And I'm thinking, oh, well, late for work. Shame on you. Well, I noticed that he made a purchase at Dunkin' Donuts.
Ooh.
Because I get all the notices from his account because his account's my account.
Right.
Which, you know, might be a little invasive, but can I curse here?
Yes.
Okay, but fuck it. I mean, I don't care. I'm going to be invasive. So today I ask him, hey, please empty the dish drainer in the kitchen. This is all very mundane stuff, you know, to the studio audience here. Very mundane stuff, right? Please empty the dish drainer before you go. Do you really think I have time for that? Like, well, you had time yesterday to stop and grab a cup of coffee when you were already late. And then the grumbling, oh my gosh. The teenage angst and grumbling that I got to hear upstairs in those moments following my pointing out that, jackass, you had time for coffee, you don't have time to do what's expected of you. Mm-hmm. It like continued in this strange sub-audible level, like until he walked out the door. So that's a long way of saying, how should I deal with this young man?
Next time he does something like that, cut off a finger.
Okay.
And then he has 9 more to remind him not to do it again. If you're around the fingers, you can go with toes. And if you want to make a big statement, go with ears or a nose.
Okay. And I appreciate that you understand he's a 17-year-old, therefore avoiding the wiener is a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to mess with that.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say wiener on microphone.
Yeah, because then you have to deal with child services and all that too. And
Yes, but fingers are fine.
oh yeah, well, we got a bunch of them. He's not gonna miss one.
No, I mean I think that would be incentive. You know, keeping the digits.
Yeah, either that or tattoo something on his forehead to remind him to be on time, like a sundial.
I dig.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, thank you for joining us, Mr. Guru. We appreciate having you on the show.
It's right here.
You're welcome.
Solve the world's problems.
Yeah.
If you would like to address the Moonshine Guru, please send us an email, info@moonshineandmusic.com. So, what are you going to play for us today, Charlie?
I'm going to play 2 songs. And I was really I was pining over which ones I should do because I'm going to play a country tune, and I don't play country music very much. The only country music I really gravitate toward is outlaw country. I like the old stuff.
Right.
Saw Hank Haggard here last night. He was wonderful. But so I wrote a country song.
Shout out to Hank Haggard.
Yeah. You always got to make your boys known. I was asked to write a song for a friend's wedding. Because he proposed to his wife at a place called the Notlehs Cafe in Tennessee or Kentucky, I can't remember which. And he did a quick Google search and found out that there was no song in the world called the Notlehs Cafe ever written.
Really?
So it's like, that's a perfect name for a song. Like, that's a country song, hands down. I mean, you didn't even have to think twice about it. The Notlehs Cafe is the name of a country song. So I thought, I will step outside of myself for a moment and write a country song. And I did, and it came out really well. So I'm going to try that today. I feel like
you may just like all of your songs now become country songs.
Well, that's the thing.
Once we get you in the country.
I'm not a fan of having to play one style of music ever.
Oh, okay.
I've never been that person. So
you're a marketer's dream.
maybe I am. The other song I'm going to play is the Foo Fighters-ish tune that is not going to sound anything like Foo Fighters. So don't set that expectation.
Don't judge that expectation.
Yeah, that's not the expectation I'm setting here. But I wrote it for a band. This is one of those that I kind of wrote with a band in mind. And recorded it as such on electric. But then I started playing it on acoustic and decided I kind of liked it better that way. So I think I've played it like twice live. So I'm going to try it today.
All right, well, that sounds wonderful. Yeah. Are you about ready to play some tunes for us?
Sure, I'd love to.
All right, we're going to be right back with Charlie Krone on Moonshine and Music.
This is a song called The Loveless Cafe. Three gentlemen sat at the bar with a 1,000-yard stare. In the mirror they hid in the bottles, half full, sitting there. A man said, "Hey Jerry, it doesn't get better than this. No one writes songs about Thursday," said Jerry. "I guess it is what it is." It's Thursday at the Loveless Cafe, where the whiskey pours thin and the night turns to day. There's a piano no one will play. Thursday at the Loveless Cafe. Just three musketeers drinking beers, dreaming Magnavox dreams. When their pensions come through, make a break for the coast as a team. As sure as that girl at the bar cares not for their woos, they'll be here once again every Thursday, drinking off yesterday's booze. It's Thursday at the Loveless Cafe, where whiskey pours thin and the night turns to day. There's a piano no one will play. Thursday at the Loveless Cafe. Now Jerry's the only poor fool with skin in this song. See, Jerry is someone I know with whom I get along. Makes my heart heavy thinking here's where he'll stay. But someone will hold down his bar stool, I'm sure, when Jerry, without any fanfare, Jerry with only his name, tips his hat and exits the game. It's Thursday at the Loveless Cafe, where whiskey pours thin and the night turns to day. There's a piano no one will play. Thursday at the Loveless Cafe. It's Thursday at the Loveless Cafe, where whiskey pours thin and the night turns to day. There's a piano no one will play. Thursday at the Loveless Cafe. Thursday at the Loveless Cafe. Thursday at the Loveless Cafe. Thank you. And then this song is called "Stay Right Here." It's a little anthem towards people who make just enough money to not get out from where they are. I'm pretty sure we're all familiar with that to a point. Winter keeps
guessing sometimes, wrapped up in these cardboard shackles. All this freedom gets me nowhere, gets me one more chance to stay right here, stay right here, stay right here, stay right here. When dependent, stay dependent on illusion, fell the gas that stands outside my window, hidden bushes, none to last, and dancing here beside me. I can't see unless I look away, away to never, never land me one more, one more. One more. Shot the picture of the thing that could not be, but it is living deep inside this prison, with the warden miles and miles and miles from here, miles from here, oh, oh, miles from here, miles from here. Stay right here where you are. No, 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 love won't get you far. Stay right here with me. No, 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 love won't set you free. Stay right here, you're going nowhere. Every prayer is one more time to me. Right there, you're going nowhere. Every prayer is one more time to me. Right there, you're going nowhere. Every prayer is one more time to me. Right there, you're going nowhere. Every prayer is one more time to me. Time to me. Time to me. Time to me. Thanks a lot, guys.
Moonshine and Music is a presentation of Notlehs Entertainment. Copyright 2019, all rights reserved. Our producer is Joe Shelton. Our cameraman, grip, and stunt double is Brent Lee Smith. On cameras and all sorts of other stuff, Bailey Shelton. And our staff guru is Brent Schlemmer. Join us each Sunday for more episodes of Moonshine and Music.